right, Steve Corning. Explain to us about, or tell us about the time in middle school that you were suspended over from fighting over a sandwich.
Okay, so this goes back to 7th grade, and anyone who knows me personally, ask my girlfriend, ask any of my close friends, I am a huge sandwich connoisseur. I love sandwiches. I don't know what it is. From an early age, I've always loved sandwiches, and even now, like, my guilty pleasure sort of food, what do you call it, like comfort food, is sandwiches. You know, it's just so simple. It's bread and whatever you put in there, but it's always been my favorite food, genuinely. And so in 7th grade, my buddy Brian Lynch, one day he came to school and he had I think it was like a turkey cheese mayonnaise, you know, just something really simple sandwich, and he had only eaten like one half of one half. What do you call it? A quarter. I'm not great with math. So he'd only eaten a quarter of the sandwich, and he was done with it. So I was like, I will eat that. But there was this rule in our middle school, just kind of, I'm sure it was there for a good reason, but you couldn't share food. I'm sure the students before us had done something, like started a food fight or something. There was this rule where you couldn't share food. So, Brian and I were pretty close. He tried to sneak me this turkey sandwich, and we got ratted out by my friend Ben, who literally told the teacher that Brian had given me 3/4 of his turkey sandwich. So the teacher found out, and it would have been fine. But I continued to eat the sandwich because I wanted it so bad. Because I was like this starving. How old are you in 7th grade? I don't
13.
know.
12.
How old are you in 7th? Yeah, like 12 or whatever.
You're sprouting. You're
12 or 13.
Hairs.
I know, like whatever my mom was packing me was not enough, and I was a forager. I would eat all of my friends' stuff, But this particular time, it was a sandwich. For some reason, that caused a fuss, and I continued eating the sandwich. And the teacher came over and warned me again, put the sandwich away. You can't eat this. This was somebody else's sandwich. Someone else's mother packed this for them. And as soon as they turned around, I continued eating the sandwich. So I sent it to the principal's office, and because I wouldn't apologize for eating someone else's sandwich, they told me to stay home from school the next day. So that's my story.
What school did you go to? Was it in New England?
Yes. So I grew up in Maine. I went to a little Christian academy. It's like a private school in South Paris. Very small school, like 100 kids.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your favorite sandwich now?
My favorite sandwich now. Okay, so there's this restaurant in Freeport called DeRozier's. Have you ever been to DeRozier's? It's just like takeout pizza and sandwiches, but they have like the best sandwich in the world. It is called the Tuna Toasty. It is a toasted tuna sandwich with cheese and vegetables and then pepperoni on top.
Steve, before you became a full-time professional entertainer, what was your part-time job?
I worked at Subway.
Oh, you were a sandwich artist.
I was indeed, yeah.
Mm.
Wow, not many questions.
What'd your
guys.
mom say when you got suspended?
I don't think I was the 4th kid. I don't really remember her reaction. I was the 4th kid, so I never got reprimanded that badly. No, occasionally my dad would, look at me with a disappointed look, but that was really about it.
But if you stayed home from school, were your parents home with you, or did they go to work?
No, they both had day jobs. So basically, I was just told to stay home and do homework. So I did that.
Did you do your homework?
I did. I was an obedient 12 or whatever year old, 13-year-old.
Except when it came to sandwiches.
Well, I feel like that's the one time. Like, you got to stretch the rules a little bit. Like a starving 12-year-old just eating 3/4 of a sandwich.
Did you do it again?
Did I do it again? Probably. I'm gonna say yes, I did it again. I don't specifically remember, but I'm sure I continued to eat other people's food. Yeah, to this day, I still eat my girlfriend's food all the time.
I believe that is true. However, I believe your story is false.
Really?
All right. Well, there we go. The first call.
We're starting with Molly. Okay.
All right. Let's continue. Nate, what do you think?
I've had a feeling since the beginning of the story that it's been false. So I'm going to go with false.
Marie?
I was feeling like it was really false at the beginning. But I do know that Steve loves sandwiches.
You do, yeah.
Like we've stopped places for sandwiches before.
We have.
You like beer, though.
I do like beer. I'm gonna just throw it. Yeah, I think he's telling the truth.
Krystel, what's the final say?
This is a really hard one because one of my favorite foods is sandwiches. And I feel like I'm like the only person in the world who likes sandwiches. And then there's Steve.
That's right, yeah.
But the way, and then of course there's the whole Christian thing. Okay, maybe a Christian school had like this rule that you can't share food, but
sandwich rules.
Yeah, but then the way he told it was a little too funny to him to be like he was trying to cover up that it was false. So I was waiting to hear what everybody else said, and I'm just gonna say false.
Steve, was it true or was it a lie?
Oh, it was a lie.
Yeah!
I know.
All right,
but it's so close to things that actually did happen that the story was genuine. Like, there's so many things like that happened to me as a kid. I would get in trouble for the most absurd, stupid rule. And it was often about food because I was a scavenger. I would eat all of my friends' leftover food.
All right. So Steve had a lie about a sandwich. Let's see what Molly has.
Go Dashers!